You've probably heard this many times in your life. You are too sensitive. Maybe someone said it during an argument. Maybe someone said it when you reacted emotionally. Maybe someone said it when your eyes filled with tears over something that didn't seem like a big deal to them. And each time you heard it, you may have felt misunderstood. You may have wondered, why do small things affect me so deeply? Why do emotions stay with me longer than they seem to stay with others? Why do tears come so easily, even when I try to control them? Over time, you may have even started believing that something is wrong with you, that maybe you should be stronger, less emotional, less affected. But psychology suggests something very different. Crying easily is not necessarily a sign of weakness. In many cases, it reflects how deeply your mind processes emotional information. Think about simple everyday moments. Someone says something genuinely kind to you, and suddenly your eyes feel heavy. You watch a scene in a movie where someone reconnects after a long separation, and you feel a lump in your throat. Someone shares a personal struggle, and you feel their pain almost as if it were your own. You may even try to hold the tears back, especially in public, because you don't want to appear too emotional. But the emotion still finds its way to the surface. This does not happen randomly. It happens because your brain responds strongly to emotional meaning. Research in psychology shows that people differ in how sensitively they process emotional signals. Some minds naturally filter emotional experiences more quickly. Others process them more deeply. People who cry easily often fall into the second group. Their nervous system detects emotional changes rapidly and responds with greater intensity. It does not mean they exaggerate feelings. It often means they notice more subtle emotional information. A change in someone's tone, a pause in someone's voice, a moment of sincerity, a hidden sadness behind words. While others may only register the surface of the interaction, a more sensitive mind registers the layers beneath it. Psychologists often associate this with higher emotional awareness. Your brain is not simply reacting, it is interpreting. It is noticing meaning. And when something feels meaningful, the emotional response becomes stronger. Another important factor is empathy. Empathy allows us to understand how others feel. But for some individuals, empathy operates more intensely. Instead of only recognizing that someone else is sad, they begin to feel that sadness internally. Their emotional system mirrors what they observe. For example, when someone shares a painful memory, others may listen and respond politely. But a highly sensitive person may feel a wave of emotion, even though the situation did not happen to them directly. It is not intentional, it is automatic. Your emotional system is highly responsive. There is also something happening quietly beneath the surface. Emotions are rarely isolated. Your brain constantly connects present experiences with past memories. Sometimes a small moment connects with many meaningful experiences stored inside you. And this can make emotions feel stronger, because they are connected to deeper meaning. Psychologists describe this as depth of emotional processing. Instead of reacting quickly and moving on, your mind explores what the moment represents, why it feels important, why it resonates. This deeper processing style can make emotional reactions feel stronger, but it also contributes to deeper understanding of people, relationships, and situations. Crying itself also serves a natural function. Emotional tears help the nervous system release internal tension. They help the body return to balance. In this sense, crying is not losing control. It can be part of how the mind restores stability. People who allow emotions to move through them often recover from emotional stress more effectively over time. Instead of storing emotional pressure internally, the feeling is processed and released. But sensitivity is often misunderstood socially. In environments that value constant composure, emotional expression may be interpreted as fragility. People may assume that visible emotion means lack of strength. However, emotional responsiveness and emotional weakness are not the same thing. Sensitivity reflects how strongly your mind responds to meaning. Some individuals are less affected by emotional signals. Others are more responsive to them. They notice subtle shifts in mood. They sense emotional tension in conversations. They recognize sincerity, warmth, and discomfort more quickly. This heightened awareness can support deeper understanding of others. because emotional information provides insight into what others may be experiencing internally. At the same time, sensitivity can make overwhelming environments feel more intense. Loud spaces, conflict, constant pressure, or emotional unpredictability may feel more exhausting. Not because you are incapable, but because your nervous system is processing more input at once. Just as bright light feels stronger to sensitive eyes, strong emotional environments feel more intense to sensitive minds. And this is why environment matters. When highly sensitive individuals are in supportive environments, their ability to perceive emotional nuance often becomes a strength. They may connect deeply with others, communicate more thoughtfully, understand situations from multiple perspectives. Over time, many people who cry easily begin developing strong emotional insight. They learn to recognize what affects them strongly. They understand their emotional patterns. And this awareness contributes to emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize emotion, understand emotion, and respond thoughtfully. Emotional intelligence is strongly connected to healthy relationships, effective communication, and personal growth. It is also important to remember that tears are not always signals of distress. Sometimes they appear when something feels deeply meaningful. A moment of connection, a moment of gratitude, a moment of relief, a moment of beauty. Emotional expression often indicates that something mattered enough to be felt fully. So if you find yourself tearing up more easily than others, it does not automatically mean something is wrong. It may simply mean your emotional system is more responsive to meaningful experience. Instead of asking, "Why am I so sensitive?" a different question may be more useful. What am I noticing that others may not? Because sometimes what feels like too much emotion is actually deeper perception. And deeper perception can become a powerful form of understanding. Subscribe to Unspoken Psychology for more insights into the hidden patterns shaping human behavior. Because sometimes what feels like weakness is simply a different way of experiencing the world.